All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back again. Try number two, game number two of a rematch for the grand finals between Penta and Rain. Penta up one over Rain at this point. Kleber and Brisbane banned. I feel like both teams probably should have banned Des Moines Raptor, but let's take a look at the lineup. What do we got for Penta,
Yeah,
sir?
definitely some World of Des Moines action going on here. All right, well, let's have a look at Penta's lineup, starting with Angel Stone St. Vincent, just as we saw last game. Bit of a battleship lineup change. I don't think we saw Snackman in the Ohio last game. Silverblades
Correct.
Ohio now fielding here. Slightly different build, but same flavor. Let's have a look at the destroyers. It feels like, hang on a minute, like their whole team's going. Yeah, they're not even making a play for the decap, Zath. They don't even care about it.
Nope.
I kind of like this strat. We'll talk more about that in a minute. Strivers Gearing leading the charge, headed to A, backed up by Points Des Moines. Marcello's Harugamo headed a little farther afield. Viles Harugamo here headed towards C, backed up by Botz's Ragnar. Blood Legends Des Moines and Kinemod's Des Moines. We have a whole bunch of Des Moines here on the map for Penta. What's Rain got cooking at the south end?
Now, there's the first smoke by Vile, by the way, north of C-Cap. So Rain is kind of making the opposite kind of push. So we are going to commence toilet bowl action in a few minutes. We got Hexagen's Ragnar with Dubison's Daring heading towards the decap, backed up by Madera's Moskva and Malamu's Ohio. Similar builds to what we've seen. Lulu in the same place we saw him earlier today. And Gangbarang's Ragnar supporting south of the sea cap. Heading over to A is the token Kite Force, whatever you want to call it. Dastard in the Vermont. And Arturius and the Sheep both in Kot's builds. Raptor, I wonder if Snackman has been replaced because of getting clapped out that last game.
This is his punishment. You have been banished. So it's interesting, right? We just watched Rain play this map. Their deployment is very similar. Dubison not working the C cap this time with Lulu, teaming up with D, and they've traded the Napoli for Madar's Moskva here. Madar had been playing Napoli in that earlier game. And then, of course, we've swapped things around. Earlier, we had Malamu and a Montana over here on the 3-4 line. Now you've got Dastard's Vermont over here, Malamu in an Ohio instead. Big radar going up in the middle here, all over the place. All the ships spotted. They can see Kinemod, Vile, Bots. They can't quite see Blood Legend. They don't know that he's there, I don't think.
Nope, but you know who can see Lulu Snail right now? Angel Stone.
That could be a problem.
He's looking for that shot. He's looking for that shot right now. Lulu was forced to pull forward because of that radar.
Well, shots are going out. Angel's got some shells going down on Lulu. The dispersion doesn't look amazing, but he still lands about 10,000 there.
Pretty good hit.
Dubison's Daring getting punished. Really punished.
Yeah, really punished.
I think he got caught. I'm not sure which radar caught him, Zach. I think it was Kinemod's radar must have caught him out. But he goes down to about 25% of his health pool as well.
He's got to heal.
So what I wanted to point out, Zath, and we talked about this briefly at deployment, right? Penta is not playing anybody at the decap at all. Like, they don't even care. They seem to be focused on A and C, and presumably with the idea of pick up A, pick up C, push to B, and then hold that trio of caps. At least that's my thought process of how I would read this deployment anyway.
I mean, it kind of makes sense, especially when you've got so many Des Moines, obviously for the radar, for pushing, and just to literally buzzsaw away whatever you run into.
They've pushed.
Now, the question is, what do you do after you've grabbed the decap? It looks like they're sending forces back instead of advancing.
Yep. Bots all day's got some Daring torpedoes, but I think he's going to reverse back into one. Yep, can't be stopped now.
Feels bad.
Feels bad.
Ouch.
Down to about 10,000. And now that they know where to look. Yep.
Yeah, look at the shells immediately.
Yep. Gangbarang fishing, watching where that torpedo hit, watching the splash, knowing approximately where to shoot, and taking the shots. So Penta's still missing
Very
that
good play
central
there.
board control. Excellent play. Now, the other thing, I guess, initially none of the Penta ships went to D, Zath, but now Viles Harugumo and Kinemod's Des Moines kind of moving over there. So if you're Rain, you can't pull everybody off D, can you?
Well, no, and you can see the Moskva is sitting there. That's Madeira. He's getting some good long range shots in, and it's a pretty safe position that he's in to line up these shots. And Kitty Mod's getting
Ooh.
punished a little bit.
Blood Legends Des Moines getting hunted by Dastards Vermont there, having to move up. He's got this little saddle in the island astern of him that you occasionally find yourself sitting in, but it allows shells to fall on your broadside. So Blood Legend has to be very, very frosty.
Mm-hmm.
6 minutes gone. It's about an 80-ish point lead for Rain with the early cap control, but they're trading better this game than they did previously. Overall, health pool's looking a little better, even though they have several destroyers that are kind of knocked around a little bit.
Speaking of knocking around, look at the sheep all the way on the one line, caught out on radar. I don't think he can
Yeah.
survive this.
Well, let's see. The radar's offline, so it's a question of whether they get in with the blind fire or not. He's diving back into the smoke. They're continuing to fish. They know how low he is.
They do. Arturius now under fire. I think it was from smoke fire penalty.
No more radar to spot anybody specifically, but they can see Artorius. Yep.
Battleship shells coming in from Angelstone. That hurt.
Shriver was close enough to spot him despite the smoke penalty. They're going to lose Artorius. I don't think he can survive now.
Yeah, this entire flank is about to collapse.
Well, we kind of saw it, right? We saw that Penta was setting up, or at least intending to push in this direction. Here come the shells from Angelstone, and that's going to basically end that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So Penta claiming first blood here, cleaning up that health advantage that Rain had built for themselves. So now,
That's right.
Sheep's having to retreat. Dastard, your Vermont is in H1, Zath. He's not going to get away from anything.
No. He's just gonna run away the whole game. He's gonna be obviously, turning and putting some shells in, like right now into Angelstone, for example. But
Yeah,
for all
but
intents and purposes, ooh, that was a good hit.
solid hit right through the bow of the St. Vincent. But still, the Vermont's on a timer, right? Anytime that they want to run him down and farm him out, they can manage that because he cannot get away.
True. You still have to respect him, though. He can absolutely hit shots.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
If they're provided them. So, see what happens to the torpedoes coming in on Angelstone.
Malamu's Ohio rotating back. In fact, Rain bringing back Malamu and Gangbarang's Ragnar to try to stave off this push as best they can. They're going to leave Lulu at sea, but it's going to mean that they cannot contest sea anytime soon. So they're going to make this play. They got to get kills out of it.
They do. And they got to hope that Penta doesn't radar at sea. That's the hope. Now, what's going to happen is Bots is backing into sea already. You can see he's fixing for that. If that triggers a response radar from Lulu, that'll probably trigger Blood Legends radar, and then Penta will know the game is up.
Well,
there's the radar.
They already have some idea because Gangbarang's Ragnar already opening fire on Angelstone. So they can see Malamu crossing the bottom of the map.
Correct.
So they have to have some idea of how thin Rain is in the middle of the board right now.
Yeah, Angelstone did take a torpedo on the bow, forced out a DCP, and you can see now Penta trying to survive, trying to save this crucial asset.
Look at this double smoke, right? They ran the Harugumo smoke line for points Des Moines. Now Shriver's gearing smoke coming in, covering Angelstone as he retreats back to the north. That is quality team play, ladies and gentlemen.
Almost looks like a pi symbol if you rotate it properly.
Yeah, it does kind of, doesn't it? Dastard hanging on at about half HP. Rain on about a 120-point lead as we get near the halfway mark of the game.
Yeah, Lulu realizing he's unable to really hold that position, backing off. Although I do feel like where he was still pretty impactful.
Gang is...
But obviously he needs to get his guns in on this. Malamu's got some shots into bots. Nope, not enough.
Gangbarang reversing onto B. I have a sneaking suspicion that once he's spotted, we're gonna have a bit of a destroyer rumble here. Yep, that draws out the radar. But now he's in a 2v1 because the Harugamo is here as well.
And he's got no more heals available.
Yeah. He's focused on trying to kill Shriver while he can spot him. Spotting is lost. Shriver gets out of there, but more shells falling in. Shriver pulls the brakes. He's gonna get away. They're gonna lose gang. Wow.
Here he goes.
Wow. Penta. It's almost like Penta baited that, Zath. Like they knew gang was coming, and they're like, "Look, watch what we can do."
Yeah, well, we've seen gang play more aggressively in previous matches, and I think you're right. They probably thought this is a good opportunity to bait this guy out, and that's exactly what they did. Meanwhile, look at the decap Raptor.
Yep. Penta bringing
Penta
silver
pushing on the other side too.
Penta bringing silver all the way over here to push the Moskva and the Hexagon's Ragnar. We saw them sort of angling this way. They had all that force deployed to mid, and then once things had settled out, they were definitely rotating stuff over here. They're going to be able to pick up this cap. The Ohio's going to finish this cap off.
Absolutely. I mean, there's nothing that can really prevent this. Well, I say that as we have some cross shots coming. This is from, I think, the Ohio.
Well, down 2 ships. Rain now pushed off all of the caps. Penta out to their first lead of the game as Madara gets punched in the face. Madara continue. I mean, Silverblade respecting those guns though, not sitting here broadside. Right, he understands what the Moskva AP can do to him, given the opportunity.
Absolutely.
Still going to take some full pins in the stern right there. Waiting for one more salvo. There it goes. Right through the bow. Another 10-12K as he's going to get behind cover here in a moment.
Yep. Now bots all day is spotted. And we see the Moskva shot. Ooh, just in front.
They bag
Lulu goes down to
they
blood
bag
bucket.
Lulu in mid. Malamu's now pushing C.
I mean,
Sheep's
gotta do
gearing.
something.
Yeah, Sheep's gearing onto B. I mean, with only 1,300 HP, they've got to take a risk. They've got to try something. Point getting hammered. Dastard trading his ship well, but finally goes out here, down at the bottom of the map. Gearing opens up on the St. Vincent. Why would you do this?
30 seconds left. They've pretty much given up.
It seems that way. So that is game 2. A flawless victory for Penta in game 2, Zath.
Yeah, looked like a master class in board positioning and you know, saving your resources. I really like how when Angelstone St. Vincent was in trouble, they pulled him back, they smoked him up, and they made sure that there was no way that Rain could get rid of him.
Yeah.
Very well done. You know, Raptor, we haven't seen a sweep at all in this weekend. Are we about to, do you think?
You know, I don't know. We're going to find out, right? The two teams, we're headed to Warriors Path for the next game where they have played before. And I took a look at that replay earlier myself and was like, okay, this was actually a pretty good game. So, I mean, you know us, Seth. We're casters. We want to see them all. We want to see all the games. So,
we want to go to 5.
We want to go to 5. I continue to hold out hope that that Rain can take game 3, but we'll have to see because Penta just looking rock solid right now.
They're looking fantastic. Absolutely. Let's throw it on back to the guys in the studio, and we'll see you for game 3.
Indeed.